Hey guys, Rob Shoegraph here with 3 Storm Fitness. I'm going to talk about archer push. That's cool. I'm going to talk about archer push-ups today. Archer push-ups, and really with the end goal being a build-up, a progression to single arm push-ups. Single arm push-ups are something which you'll see here in a second. I'm kind of going to do this cold. Man, I'm so full of cold weather puns today. This is ridiculous. It's very cold outside. I just did a review on my insulation in here. Watch it if you're interested. Anyways, I'm going to go out. That's all relevant, believe it or not. I haven't done one-arm push-ups in a long time. You'll see here in a second. I'm going to struggle with them a little bit, but I've been thinking a lot about them and how there's so many ways to progress, to work up to a one-arm push-up. Tons of ways. The Naked Warrior is a good book by Pavel. It talks about building up the pistol squats and one-arm push-ups. This is not exactly that way, but that way works. Tons of different ways. One way I'm going to talk about though is archer push-ups. I like those a lot. They're great little exercises. And I'm doing all this because this is all fresh in my head because I'm putting together an outdoor workout for myself, outdoor program rather, for the next couple months. And I want to do everything outside, and I want to be kind of sort of minimalistic about it. Things like kettlebells and battle ropes and Indian clubs and TRX, suspension rigs and things like that, Bulgarian bags. Kind of primal. My buddy Ryan and I have been talking a lot about working out outside, and I just like to kind of challenge myself. So I want to keep it kind of minimal, which I know it's a sin to have all this cool stuff in here, but I still train people with all that. No one else wants to go outside. I'm just the only crazy one. So all this will still be put to use. But let's talk about these push-ups, because I've spent 2 minutes talking about who knows what already. So archer push-ups and one-arm push-ups are fantastic. Just tension builders. Tension is like kind of the foundation behind strength, sort of. It's at least an important part of it. They are amazing core builders. You get a little bit of chest recruitment, deltoids, lat, rear upper back is stabilizers. Obviously your triceps are just cooking. It's just, and they kind of look cool. You get your Rocky on, but they're extremely difficult to do, at least properly. So a lot of people need to build up to it. So I'm going to start off by show you diamond push-ups, or if that's hard on your wrist and that angle, just real close together here. So we're going to start with a nice wide base on the feet. Kind of kick your feet out a little bit. You can adjust the intensity by bringing the feet in. That's another way to progress this. But through all this, we're just going to have a nice wide base on our legs. All right, we're going down and driving up. Drive up, I like to put my weight on the outside of the palm and kind of use that to drive through. Seems to really just have the most stability, allow you to have the most power, gives you something to kind of focus on. So when we're doing that, we got our glutes tight, which puts our spine and lower spine in alignment with our hips. Ensures that we're not cheating. You lower yourself down, kind of grip the floor and sort of roll yourself down and drive through, push the floor away, okay? So if you can do about 8 push-ups like that, you're probably ready to go on to the next. So we're going to be working in like rep ranges of 5 to 8. That's a good kind of a strength training zone. You can still build a little bit of muscle. I mean, we could talk for probably hours on whether or not that's really a viable rep range, but it will work, I know that. So whether or not it's optimal, whatever, just do it if you're interested. So from there, so let's say you can get 8 nice, clean, couple sets of 8 good, clean diamond push-ups. Again, the diamond variation is where you just make a diamond. I didn't do that one. Same thing applies though. It just kind of goes down over your sternum. Okay, then we're going to work our way out. So we're going to start from a regular push-up position. It's going to vary from person to person. Just usually a little outside of shoulder width. And what I want you to do, get that nice wide base, is pivot your hand out. Pivot, pivot. It's a little Friends reference there. And what we're doing is we're going to dip in to one side, drive through. So archer push-ups, let me just show you what those look like. I should have opened with that. Look like this. I mean, there's a few ways to do them, but basically what you're doing, you're on your fingertips, and you're going down into one side, like a single arm push, like an assisted single arm push-up. We're working out to that. So, when you can do, I'm gonna start working my other side, my right arm's getting tired. So you pivot out, and you're lowering down into one side. When you can do about 8 of those. Now what I'm doing, what's important, one very, very critical thing really, is you gotta lock that lat in. You gotta have your upper back, your lats, all the supporting structure for a foundation for a good press. Even, you know, like I've talked about a lot in the bench press, it's gotta be tight for many reasons, but it's gotta be tight. A good way to visualize, to get that tightness, a good cue, pretend you got a piece of paper underneath your armpit and you're just trying to press it back into wood. You're just squeezing that piece of paper as tight as you can while you go through that movement. You don't want to be bowed out like this. That's not the same thing. And it's you probably get hurt that way. Puts a lot of strain on the shoulder. So we squeeze that piece of paper. So here we are, pivot out, squeeze that piece of paper, come down, drop down into that hand. Put as little weight on this hand as possible. It's still going to act, it's going to help you out. Once you can do about 8, 2 sets of 8 on that side, I want you to come out. So pivot, another pivot out here now. Okay? So we're down here. Once you get about 2 sets of 8 there, you're going to pivot out again. See the trend here? And again, until it's your fingertips. When you can do about 8 on your fingertips, take something like a yoga block, something that's about 4 inches up. It can vary a little bit. Just be a dictionary or whatever. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to complicate it. You're going to raise that hand. I'm going to go back to my other side now. So you're about that same distance, fingertip distance, and you're down. Okay. Once you get about 8 of those, stack another one on top. So now you're almost up to shoulder level at the bottom position. You're down. Bring it back up. Nice clean form. Don't cheat these. It doesn't make sense. Whatever, I'm not going to talk about not cheating exercises. You guys know. It's just, why do it? So after you do 8 there, you may be able to do a regular one-arm push-up. Okay? You might not though. I'm going to talk about that in a second. It varies. There's a lot of troubleshooting that can be done. You might not have the tricep strength. You most likely will have the ability, the tricep strength, if you can do 8 archer push-ups in that sense, in that form, the last progression, double stacked. Again, about 8 to 10 inches up. But you might have like core stability issues. It could be a number of things. So let's talk about it. If you can get down, next tryout, we're going to do one-arm push-up. I'm going to try to anyway. I should have made sure I could do one before I turn this on. I used to be able to do a few of them. But we're getting into this position. Our shoulders are as straight as across as we can make them. You see a lot of people doing them, and they're like going down like this. And they're just basically just using body English to get up. Even Rocky, I don't think Rocky even did them right. They're cool. So I'm not knocking on Rocky, but he could have improved a little bit. If you can make an L between your middle finger and your thumb, and really spread that out. Again, grip the floor, drive in, off the heel of the palm. You bring yourself in, squeeze that piece of paper, come straight up. Okay? If you notice, I don't think I did, I'll have to watch this video again, but I wasn't bending my way up. I'm just driving straight through, try to keep those shoulders as level as possible. If you can't just walk in and do a single arm push-up, what you can do is take the height that you last worked with the archer push-ups and try a single arm push-up from that height with no assistance on the other hand. Okay? So, work your way down. And this is more like the naked warrior style. He has you progressing down that way. That's totally fine. I just like archer push-ups, so I have to work them in that way. So, once you could do a few of those, 5 to 8 of those, then try doing the single arm. Another way you want to mix up your training, this is just a little bonus, I didn't think to say this before, is you know, you run into stuff. You can work accessory exercises into the mix. You can do all sorts of different things. Every minute on the minute training. So you could have like set a timer for 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and every minute you hit 1 to 2 of your latest progression to really stack the volume. Or if you could only hit, maybe you can get one-arm push-up, but you just can't get any more of that. It's not happening. They do that every minute on the minute training. So over the course of 10 to 12 minutes, you might not be able to hit 2 in a row, but you might be able to hit 1 every 10 minutes. Now all of a sudden you have the volume of 10 reps after just 10 minutes of training, and you can kind of build on that. Maybe do 2 every minute, or you know, do 1 every 15 minutes. However, just experiment with the training. But using archer push-ups, you can build yourself up to a nice solid one-arm push-up, or several of them. If you guys have any questions about that, or you have your own favorite one-arm push-up progressions and regressions, etc., please let me know. This is Rob Shoecraft, 3 Storm Fitness, and please subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you have questions. Have a great day.